Hello and welcome to this video on branded PowerPoint slides. This is a quick video introduction that will show you how to use the branded PowerPoint slides, and I'll also give you 5 helpful design techniques to help you along the way. The content of this is broken down into 2 sections. In part 1, we're going to be looking at using the branded slides. We'll be downloading the template PowerPoint. We'll be starting your project, and you'll be able to select the template slides within it. We're then going to look at part 2, which is design techniques, where we'll be concentrating on hierarchy, colour, contrast, fonts and images. So let's begin part 1, using the branded slides. To download the template PowerPoint, head on over to the SharePoint in the link and go to your Teams category. In here you'll be able to select the PowerPoint external template and download this to your computer. Once you've downloaded the PowerPoint and saved it to your computer, open the document and go to File and Save As. Name it your project title and save it to the desired location. When you're ready to start work, select New Slide. Choose from a range of on-brand PowerPoint slides with your department's logo on them. There are 4 different designs to pick from. If you wish to use a different logo for a bespoke purpose, you can select a blank slide from the list. Let's have a look at part 2 now, design techniques. We're going to start off by looking at a bad example, and this is a bad example of hierarchy. In fact, they've not even used hierarchy in this instance. They've just thrown all the information in and they've not bothered setting any order to it. This is what we don't want to see from you as designers. A good example of hierarchy is how the PowerPoint slides have been set up. The slides have been designed to ensure that the size of titles and content is appropriate. Titles are large with a bold white space surround, making them clear, and the content is subtle and easy to read, occupying more space. All titles and content are aligned on each side, so you don't have to worry about editing this. This is another bad example, and this time we're looking at colour. Let's not take colour for granted in terms of design. In this example they've used far too many colours, and it's the wrong colours which don't complement each other. Adding too many colours can make a design complicated and it looks bad. The user will find the information hard to read and hard to process. The branded slides use the official shoe colour palette. The shoe colour palette is saved and you can select the colours in the theme's colour picker. You can select this for text or background images and shapes. Try to stick to using just 3 colours and use the 3rd colour cautiously. Let's have a look at another bad example, and this time the design has not used contrast effectively. There isn't enough difference between the text and the background image to pull the text out. Don't rely on using bold to do this or different font sizes. If the contrast isn't correct, it won't be readable. To identify if you're using the correct contrast within the shoe colour palette, use the cheat sheet on the next slide. All the shoe colours have been tested for contrast using a WCAG AA test online. The results are on this page and you can see the examples. On the master slide templates, contrast has been taken into account and the examples work within the theme. However, if you want to do your own design, please refer to this sheet and use the colours which pass. Here's another bad example, and this time we're looking at fonts. On this design there are too many fonts, and using multiple fonts can ruin the design. Serif fonts are also not accessible. When using fonts, you must stick to the brand guidelines and use a sans serif font in your design. Arial and Meta are the SHU approved fonts. If you would like to have access to Meta, please speak to your branding champion. And making number one in our PowerPoint crimes is using a pixelated image. No one wants to look at a pixelated image. And even worse, images that are resized from the edges are out of scale and proportion. These are two real bad design flaws that nobody wants to see in their PowerPoint. And even worse, we don't want to see both at the same time. When using images, always use a good quality image that requires minimal resizing to fit your frame. Resize images from the corners to maintain the scale. And ensure that text and images work together and they don't overlap. So let's recap on what we've discussed. When using the branded slides, download the template from the SharePoint. Once you've saved it to your computer, start a new project and save it to the project title. Then you can select new slide from theme and pick a slide which is on brand, which you can start to work on. When we look at design techniques, remember to use hierarchy and use the theme's font and size and spacing. Use colour and use the SHU colour palette to support you. In terms of contrast, use the cheat sheet to inform you of which colours are the right contrast to use against each other. And use the fonts of Arial or Meta. And when using images, use high quality images and scale them from the corners. For further support and bespoke requests for assets, please contact your local branding champion. For guidance and support with using the branding in design and marketing materials, please contact Carl Lomax in the Library Learning and Teaching team. For technical support with the branding assets, please contact Tom Flanagan in the Systems and Service Development team. Logos and resources can be accessed through the team's folders on the Library Branding SharePoint site. Thanks for watching, and remember to get in touch if you need any support. Thank you.